how they were even fighting on the soul. So we want to remain the lights and the salt wherever we go. We want to cooperate with other people as we move on. And lastly, we want to glorify God alone. No self-glory as we evangelize for the Lord.
All right, thank you so much. If you are going to forget anything, don't forget the 5 G's.
8 G's.
The
8
8 G's. Wow, I thought it's only 5. So he said 8 G's. The first one is to go, to groan, and then to give, to grow, to get, to guide. So all these are the things that we need to look into as far as evangelism and mission is concerned. Thank you, sir. While he was talking, one of our head of the departments in the outreach ministry, that is the head of social ministry, Reverend Dr. Kayode Opola, came in. I know the rain stopped you or prevented you or make you come late. You are welcome, sir. We understand. While you take some few minutes to rest, I will turn to Baba Pupola. Baba, we thank God for what you have done. As an independent church planter, you went into planting overcomers. After that, the Lord led you to plant Philadelphia. And after which, the Lord led you again to plant Marvelous Grace Baptist Church. These 3 churches were independently planted by you. What was your motivation, sir? What motivated you into this?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. While I was in the theological college, I discovered that my calling is to mission. So I don't know what God really called me for. But when I got to the school while praying, He told me, "You mission." Okay. So I mission class instead of remaining in theology class. So before I finished, then there's a particular passage in the Bible, Psalm 92, verse 14, said, "At the old age you will bear fruit, and you will flourish." So it never bothered me. So by the time I finished, we started with Jubilee Baptist Church at Bucknor Estate, Okeafa. Jointly, we did that in the school, and some of other pastors, we joined together. But I know that God really wants to use me there so that to station that church. So one of my boys in the RA then has become a big man. So he had a house there. So by the time the church will have scattered, so I met him, and he allowed us to use his house at Bucknor Estate. After 6 months, before that time, the January, from the place we are meeting, they just fenced it off overnight. We couldn't have had that church again. But after that, 6 months I spent there, God said, yes, we are going out to plant a church. So where will I plant it? I don't know. That is how God led me to Ikorufera Housing Estate in year 2011, 3rd of April. So we started with just a family. And after 1 year and some months, God is telling me, you have another assignment to plant another church. And the name is Philadelphia Baptist Church. So the church secretary that time, because we don't have much, is also a treasurer. He said, how can we go and do when we have not finished this one? I said, anyway, you are a chartered accountant. You depend on fact. I am a pastor. I depend on faith. So when I was coming from Isolo to plant church in that place, I travel every day. How do I get the money? It is source of God. So we went and we started. Okay. Philadelphia Baptist Church has been adopted by Great Impact. If you go to Philadelphia Baptist Church now, it's more bigger than Overcomer Baptist Church. In fact, they hosted the association at the last association general meeting.
That's great. Let's appreciate God for that. Thank God for that. I will come back to you, sir. I will come back to you. Let me turn to my guy here, social department. In the social ministry, you have led for the 6 years you have led. By the grace of God, you are rotating out as the director of social ministry. It's a Baptist conference. I want to ask if there were challenges that you feel maybe hindered or delayed your moves. Can you just, how can we overcome?
To bless lives. So I want to plead with us that we factor this ministry, which is Christ's ministry, to become part and parcel of our ministry. Many in our churches, they are oblivious of what ministry, social ministry is all about.
Okay.
And my prayer is that as we open our hearts more to receive of God, to bring the gospel to bear upon lives, the Lord will advance each of
Ladokun about God.